Hi, how's everybody doing? I'm going to do some painting today. Thanks for coming and checking it out. My name's Aaron. Got to do some painting here. Going to get some stuff together. So thank you for joining me today as I paint. Gonna need some paper towel. Where we got the paper towels? You have paper towel somewhere. Gotta have paper towel. The important things to have when you're painting with acrylic. Obviously, you're gonna need paint. Obviously, you're also gonna need something to paint on, like a canvas. Obviously, you're gonna need some kind of brush. Obviously. And another important thing to have is paper towel. Can't find any paper towel right now. I thought we had some paper towel, but oh, there it is. Oh boy. Found it. Oh, got a fresh new roll here. Oh, okay. Got a fresh new roll of paper towel. Paper towels. Paper towel, brush. You're gonna need a canvas or something else to paint on. Canvas, illustration board. You're gonna need water, water jar, some kind of palette. I think we're gonna use this big bad boy today. This is called my big bad boy, and it's caked with acrylic paint, but I got a good eye, so I can tell what parts are dry and what parts are wet. So when I put new wet paint on here, I'll be able to tell, right? It's not going to slow me down, right? Actually, it probably will a little bit. Maybe I can peel this off here. I think it might be thick enough to peel off. It's pretty thick. Let's see if we can peel this off of here. And then we'll have a nice clean red palette underneath. I like the paint on the back of it, but then what if things get wet? Oh, yeah, it's coming off real nice. It's coming off real nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's coming off real nice. Oh yeah. And one thing though, there's going to be little bits that might still be attached, and those little guys can be a bugger, because you don't want those getting in your wet paint, and then you're gonna have to fuss with those. I'm not gonna have any problem with that. Yeah. Get that all off of there. My name's Aaron Philby. Thank you for coming and joining me today. Hopefully this will be a real exciting session. But you can count on it not being like entertaining in the traditional sense. You can count on that. But I've found while I'm painting or working on something that I like to just listen to something chill. Listen to something long and tedious and boring. And that's what this hopes to be. Something that you can chill with while you're working on your painting. So you can paint with me, work on your own respective project, and heck, maybe even film it. But you'd have to take the audio out though. Or maybe you have it on headphones and then you're talking to it could be a whole inception thing, where you're recording your own YouTube video. I challenge you guys to take the YouTube Inception Challenge. Make a video while listening to a YouTube video. Make your own video, and then somebody else will make their own video. Anyway, long story short, thank you for tuning in today. sound quality was a little muffly on my last video. It's probably going to be similar on this one because it's just the acoustics in here. What can you do? I'm working on a little smaller canvas this time. And hopefully my head, there's no way my head's going to get in the way on this time. I got the camera nice and low. I saw my head get in the way a little bit on the last one. But this one, I think we got the camera situated well. We're going to be doing some painting. It's going to be therapeutic for me to have to talk the whole way through. It's going to be so therapeutic and perfect. So I thank you for being a part of that. In a way, I owe it to you. In a way, I need to give you some of the proceeds. All right, I'm already starting off. I'm trying to be funny and entertaining and wacky and what's the word, and deadpan and live pen. Got my water jar, lots of nice little brushes. We're gonna crack this thing out nice and quick, aren't we? Of course we are. But I gotta use my camera up here for looking at my photo reference. So, that said, I'm gonna have to turn this off. I wonder if I could just keep that going at the same time. Ah, it's worth a try, right? Maybe I can keep that going while I'm looking at my photo. I don't think I can though. No, I just stopped. As you can see. As you can see how it's not up there anymore. How it's not up there anymore. Getting wacky. Okay. I'd like to thank all those who turned out for my last YouTube. Give a big shout out to all those guys. Thanks, guys. It's inspiring because I made it because it was long. It was a long old video. I don't know. Obviously, nobody's gonna sit through the whole thing, or maybe you will. But it's all good in the hood. I don't want to say that. It's all good in the hood. It's done. Classic. So, I'm gonna pull up our reference. I'm gonna try to keep it entertaining though, or whatever. No, I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna be chill. I'm gonna be chill and normal. We're gonna work on a little interesting painting today. It's gonna be a little bit meta, a little bit of Inception. But I want to dramatify it a little bit, and I don't want to make it so straightforward and just copy it or make it the sloppy copy version. I want to animate it a little bit, add a little pizzazz to it. Oh, I found another roll of paper towel. Got two rolls. It's a skinny roll and a fat roll. Okay, we got some. Yeah, we got. Oh, this might be too big. I think this is gonna be too big. Should I start with a little palette? No, I'll have a big one there for backup when things start to get out of hand. That's gonna be perfect, actually. And for now, we're gonna use this one. It's fairly clean. I mean, it's fairly like it doesn't look like a Jackson Pollock yet. It looks more like a Mark Roscoe. Not even. It looks like a color. That looks like a dirty palette. Here comes some talking too much, getting all that. Okay, so there's going to be a little fluorescent. See that? Fluorescent pink. It's going to be very important for this painting. You're going to do fluorescent pink. You're going to do. I don't want to make this video 2 hours long. That thing took forever to upload. And the whole time, like, it slowed down all the internet. That was a beast. You remember trying to upload, you know, there's all these YouTube channels, and it's like you might, part of me wants to look back and be like, man, I should have kept up on my YouTube channel, and I could have just posted the heck, you know, back in the day, posted the heck out of it, and then, but if I remember back, I would have done that, but it used to be so time consuming, and it used to be a pain trying to upload any YouTube video. It was like something. It was like starting up like a giant Frankenstein generator, Rube Goldberg thing, trying to upload a YouTube video back in the day. I wouldn't have been able. I wouldn't be the man I am today if I would have had to focus on doing that. It took forever. Or I could, if I would have invested in a nice computer, I guess, like even so, I think it would still take forever. But the one I uploaded, the quality was not super high on the last one, but it took like, I have an okay iMac, you know, but it took like half a day to upload the whole thing because it's like 2.5 hours long. So I'm not going to make this one as long, so I'm going to do it really fast. I'm going to talk fast, I'm going to act fast, I'm going to paint fast. I'm going to keep it simple, I'm going to make it sharp, keep it animated and cartoony. Still look at what I'm looking at. Okay, got some white. We got some fluorescent pink, and that's all we need. Well, let's put our blue down. Put a little of that blue down, right on down there. A little blue ski. And I want that. Yeah, that's fine. That'll be fine for now. I'm gonna get our water jar. It's here. You can't see it, but it's here. See, that's part of it there. Water jar. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with that fluorescent pink. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here. It's real simple. You guys can follow along and do the same painting I'm doing exactly, or do your own version. And send it to me and show me. Leave it in the comments. I don't think you can do that. YouTube videos are starting to follow such a pattern. I mean, and it's nice though, like, it's all educational. I think you got to make educational YouTube videos. Anything you want to know, you just look it up on Google or look it up on YouTube. But it's always like, smash that like button. I heard, yeah, Chris D'Elia already made fun of that. But, and it's like, you have to do that little aside and say, if you were going to paint a scene, what kind of scene would you paint? Leave it in the comments. Imagine Mr. Rogers doing a YouTube video nowadays. That'd be funny to do a parody and have like Mr. Rogers, if Mr. Rogers did YouTube videos. Do you ever feel like, do you ever have times when you want to say something nice to someone that you love? What would you want to say? Leave it in the comments. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day. Do you ever have times when you feel angry? It's okay to feel angry. What makes you angry? Leave it in the comments, and what makes you angry? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button. It really does help. It does help our channel. You can only do so much with the donations from Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation. We do appreciate it. It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. Mr. Rogers, he was ahead of his time, but people haven't even caught up. They need to do a song at the end. They need to sing a song at the end of the YouTube video. They know about doing the song at the beginning. They know that part, but they don't know. I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you. That was my favorite one, the song at the end. Even though I was always sad that the show was over, I like that one better than It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It's such a good feeling. Isn't that funny how it's a peppy song at the end? That's kind of interesting, because they don't do that on albums. They do like the closing song at the end. Closing time. They do something slow and sad, like the end of Kid A, or the end of OK Computer. Something slow and kind of closing. But Mr. Rogers, he knew that his job was to send you off into the world now. It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. So far the chatter has been pretty A1 on this video. If you like the chatter, please chatter along in the comments. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notification. Why do you have to do all that stuff? If you shouldn't, you just if you're subscribed, shouldn't you see the videos in your feed? If you're subscribed, there ought to be a law. Everybody will get mad about YouTube, and then the government will make their own YouTube. Say, isn't this better? But it won't be. It's such a good feeling. I'm not going to edit this though, so I got to be careful what I say. I'll say something stupid. No, I don't got to be careful. This is all internal monologue. You guys are getting the privilege to hear. This is the kind of stuff I'm thinking about, actually. What is it? I don't know. It's okay. What we need now. See, always we got a basic. We just got a basic pink there. Nice fluorescent pink with a little white. Nothing too complicated. And we're gonna get some black down. This is gonna be a quick video. It's gonna be under an hour or an hour. If it's an hour and a half, it'll be shorter than last week's. I try to post a video every week. Actually, I have posted a video every week since I started doing my drawing face videos. So the algorithm will know that I'm the real deal. The algorithm. People talk about the algorithm, the great algorithm. People talk about the algorithm like it's Oz. The algorithm. So every fantasy has its universe, right? There's the Oz there's the Wizard of Oz universe. And so maybe that, and then the universe, the equivalent of that, of the Oz, is the algorithm, or something like that. Okay, so this, all this is going to be is kind of a skyline, actually. San Diego skyline. It might not be the best painting, but I'm going to try to make it as good as I can in the time allotted for myself. And well, and I'm going to talk, and that's part of the art as well, because it's partly where my focus is going. But this is also, talking while I'm painting and recording is also giving me kind of a focus that I wouldn't have, and it's upping the ante a little bit. And sometimes I don't have a reason. Like if you have some kind of parameters, then it'll give you like some direction. You won't just sit in front of the canvas for 15 minutes or start just noodling and noodling. And then you start thinking, well, what else could I be doing? Is this the best way to be spending my time? When as an artist, you know that, yeah, usually it is. But, hello! Hi! There goes the thrift store family. There's a family that owns the thrift store, the Humble Heart. And they own a thrift store down the street. They just opened that up, and then there's the one that's right beside us. Mike takes care of that for the most part, and sometimes I see his dad over here. But he's all grown up, and then his sister, she owns the other one, and then she has kids, the nice kids. We did a TikTok drawing of one of them, and yeah, they're nice folks. Oh, what else is going on in the world? You know, last week's video that I made, it was like 2.5 hours long or something. And I tell you, so I did the whole thing, and then after I got home, I looked at my phone, and it was only showing some other, like, earlier video, and it wasn't showing that video, that 2.5 hour long video. And I was like, what happened to it? It was too big, and so it just went into files or something. And then I looked in files, it wasn't there. I looked everywhere, and it was nowhere to be seen. And I thought, well, that stinks. I lost that whole video. I talked the whole way through. I spent all that time. I thought I lost the whole thing. I wasn't panicking, but I was kind of unamused by my iPhone. And I told Sammy about it, and she was like, oh, what? And then, I mean, there's no reason to build up the suspense because you already know what happened. And then the thing popped up. It just appeared on there after that time had passed because it was just taking a while because it was big. That's why it just took a while to come up. Isn't that wild? That was a little... So, cool. So that was a happy day. It actually popped up there. So this is the San Diego skyline. You gotta put a little palm tree in there. What else is new? People are walking by outside. That's looking pretty nice. So I guess I'll tell you the big news. I finally got around to making some vegan chocolate chip cookies yesterday. I've been meaning to. I pulled up a recipe. It was the first one under vegan chocolate chip cookies at the top of my Google search. And it came out really good. I made one batch, and they're just perfect. And when at first, before they cooled down, okay, right now I'm gonna get a little bit of purple. I need some purple. Oh, bear with me, guys, just a moment. Where's the other? There they are. So it's over here. So here's my purple. I'm gonna put a little bit of purple on here, right there. So this, you know, I go to the grocery store sometimes, and I always see cookies. I see some nice looking chocolate chip cookies. I say, well, that'd be great if these are vegan, and then of course they're not vegan. Almost never. I mean, there are some items that don't specify vegan, but they just happen to be vegan because they can be, like saltines. You don't have to specify vegan because they're just vegan. And but anytime cookies are vegan, they have to make a big deal about it. They have to say vegan on the box, because if they don't say vegan on the box, cookies I'm talking about, they're almost never vegan. Almost always have egg in there. But so in making chocolate chip cookies, I suspected it might be difficult. I suspected it might be a little so-so, a little different when it came out. Like a little like, these are good, but they're not, you know, you can tell they're vegan. That's kind of what I was expecting, but hoping not for, you know. But I tell you what, these guys came out they came out just like regular chocolate chip cookies. They were good. And so I was real happy about that. I don't know what they put egg in there for if they don't need to put egg in there. Save money on eggs. Maybe, I mean, what other hardening agents did I put in there? I put like a half a teaspoon of cornstarch. That can't be expensive. And then coconut oil. But I don't think that's the hardening agent. And I saw in the comments that somebody had substituted butter, and they came out good too. I mean, vegan butter, I mean. I guess it baffles me why they need to put egg in there. Just vegan, yeah, coconut oil. It's not, it was refined coconut oil. It's the kind that doesn't actually taste like coconut. And it came out so good. I'm trying to think what the hardening agent might have been. Lots of sugar. I think brown sugar might be really helpful for helping them not get too flat. Because I ended up making a second batch because I wanted to take a bunch here to give them out to the folks around here. But that second batch where because the first batch I didn't have, we didn't know we had any white sugar, so we just used a tiny bit of white sugar that we had left and brown sugar and lots of brown sugar, and then they stood up really well. So I think think that helps them stand up good. But yeah, they're real good, real good. Couldn't tell they weren't vegan. Trying to think what else. Yeah, it baffles me why they need to put egg in there, which is also I don't know if it's different. Can't be too different, but like Doritos, they put milk in the Doritos. Some kind of milk product in there that they really, I feel like they don't really need to do that, but maybe they have their reasons. But if it's anything like cookies, then they don't have their reasons. It's just a tradition, I guess. But there are a couple variations of Doritos that don't have milk. Just so you know. But the traditional ones have milk. It's looking pretty nice. I'd like to fuzz this edge a little bit. I like to fuzz it a little bit. So I'm making a little pink and white. And since that purple's already or still a little wet, if I do add some pink and white at the edge, I should be able to fuzz that a little bit. Oh, a little more white. Let's try a little bit with the paper towel too. Maybe I need a Q-tip. Oh, it's gonna be a problem if I don't get a Q-tip. I have Q-tips around here somewhere. Yeah. There are 1,000 YouTube videos, people painting, and you can follow along. So I thank you for coming to mine. Hopefully I can bring something to the table, keep it interesting for you. I don't want to be too literal to this photo. I tend to do that. Like if I'm not actively thinking about it, I'll just keep copying the photo and copying the photo. Oh, I like the way that's looking. Something about it. It's looking pretty nice. So now, this is a window, believe it or not. This is a window. So I'm gonna have some people looking out the window. Are you still riveted? Should I have not given that away? Stay riveted. Stick with me. Don't drift away. Or do. No, don't. I want to make more drawing face videos. They do take a lot of time. If this ends up taking 3 hours total with editing and everything, it'll be still a lot easier. Those require a lot of time and doing a lot of different things. But once I start those videos, it's fun. the editing stuff is fun. It used to be kind of hard and overwhelming, but no more. Now it's fun. But I want to not just paint anybody just because they have a good face. I want there to be some. I want to be careful about who I draw attention to. Have some kind of. I think that's important. And not to say everybody I draw has to be someone I 100% look up to. But after I did the Theo Vaughn, I started to think about it more, like, because I mentioned in my tip for the day, draw people who you admire. So then everybody thinks I admire Mark Zuckerberg with him. But the tip for today is kind of loosey goosey. It's kind of just like what's going on in my mind at the time, or what's like, because there's no there are different things that motivate me at different times, and I want to be as honest as I can about what I know as an artist or experience as an artist, so that I can give people something, useful, whether it be with art or with anything, but just something kind of, I guess, honest. And yeah, I'm getting a little serious now, but I forget where my train of thought was. But yeah, drawing face is fun to do when I get a good face, and some of those ones I get into it and I spend a lot of time on the caricature. That's when it's fun, when I forget that I'm even trying to make a video out of it, but then I have just tons and tons of footage because I keep changing my mind and reworking it and stuff. Like with, I guess, what's his name? Kyle Mooney is a good example. That one, because that one I started to get like when I really realized that I'm trying to figure out a face, and it gets exciting because it's something so inevitable and something so obvious, it feels like, and it's right in front of me, and yet it's eluding me because I think it's because of habits, or because of, essentially, I think that's something to do with it. It's like it feels like solving a mystery, or like when that scene where the guys in the movie where they're in front of the whiteboard and they're pointing at all these things and these connections, and they're the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It feels like that. Like, what is it? What is it about that? Also, when I drew Jason Bateman, I really set out to really figure his face out, and I didn't have a clue at the beginning. Really, I just knew his face seems tough, but I ought to be able to get it. I ought to be able to get something out. And so I really dug in, and I came up with something that I was really happy with. And I actually, that was one where I recorded the whole, or a lot of the process. And that was that same kind of situation with like the whiteboard. So right now we're just doing kind of a, as you can see, like a light yellow with some pink kind of gradation, kind of roaming through. Trying to keep the gradation smooth, trying to keep the colors about the same, but with some variation. Keep dropping in a little white. I wish you guys could see the whole deal. Dropping in a little white, using plenty of water, maybe a little too much water. These are going to be the walls of an apartment. Spoiler. So, yeah, so I took a lot of, I wanted to go through the whole process. This was before I was doing my drawing face videos. That goes all the way back to that. And I haven't posted it yet because there's too much footage that I still want to edit through. And I haven't, it's really kind of been on the back burner, so to speak. Let's get this done. Let's get this done in a shorter span than 2.5 hours. Shall we? Oh, you know what? This is what we want to do. Some of that pink. I would like to put a crack in the clouds, kind of. Nice soft crack in the clouds. I don't want to just fake it. Doom, 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 doom. A little crack in the clouds. Can we do it? Maybe I need a different brush for that, huh? Yeah. Crack in the clouds. That's pretty fine. A little subtlety in here would be nice. Let's put a little building over here. I see a building in the photo. It's pretty bluish. Just get a little subtle, so it's not all just light purple. Yeah, that's nice. That's pretty nice. let's do a little more subtle variation here by putting something behind these to give it a little depth. Open the studio. There's some girls, the thrift store girls out there. That's pretty fine. Yeah, that's looking pretty fine. Pretty fine. So now, this is going to be a painting within a painting. There's the first painting. Pretty simple. And now we're going to put some nice flat white right here. Nice flat white right here. How's your guys' day going? My day's going pretty good. We had some nice customers. Oh. We live in some crazy times right now, don't we? Everybody is competing for our attention on YouTube and on Netflix, and I guess that's pretty much it, actually. But like, what's the word? There's so much information out there. Information age. Excuse me. There's so much out there. The internet is this crazy thing that is very new, and technology is progressing exponentially, as they say. And if you, there's a lot of crazy times we live in, right? Facebook, Instagram. But sometimes it can be a little daunting or a little depressing or a little scary. But I think it's just important to remember to address what's going on around you, to care for the people around you. I don't just mean your immediate family. I guess I mean your sphere, whoever whoever yeah, real life stuff. It's important to have those talks that need to be had, and you know, care for your kids, care for your long lost relatives, and I guess it feels like it's very tumultuous. Like there's a lot of things up in the air, and it's kind of like the tornado in the Wizard of Oz. But wherever you do have grip, wherever you do have solidity, what you know, who you know, what you love, what you care about, it's important to nurture those things. It's important to listen to people. Listen to people with an open mind and an open heart, and to communicate with them and learn from them and be with them. Because we are all a family. We are all we're all we're all dealing with the same great mysteries. The same existential things. I guess I'm just trying to impart some positive chitter chatter here. I'm not sure I'm expressing it well, but I just think like don't ever let the news stir you into looking at your neighbor different. Like, I guess it's a simple kind of thing is like you got your hippie neighbors, and the news says hippies are the reason that gas prices are high or something. But you've always liked your hippie neighbors, but then maybe some misunderstanding, and you haven't been talking with them as much, and then you see something on the news that says the hippies are the problem, Oh, look at these little holes happening in here. That's the real problem. Look at these little holes. But yeah, I'm just saying. Don't let the platforms out there that have your attention don't let it make you fear or hate or disregard or don't forget what's important. Don't let it make you forget what's important, I guess. Something like that. Positive stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. When I go home, I always end up watching a lot of Hannity and Combs and O'Reilly Factor and all that stuff. And it's just so funny how crystal clear it is in certain circles that stuff is just the lowest of the low. That stuff is just absolute propaganda garbage, right? And then it's just absolutely positively clear to the people that watch Fox News how garbage all that liberal stuff is. So it's like it's like there's always going to be the black sheep. There's always going to be the one who wants to question and find other ways and do their own thing, right? And then there's always going to be the opposite of that, which is just like it tends to be older people and it tends to be men that are more careful and cautious and paranoid and but their reason is because they know that there's a lot at stake, because they love their family and they know it's their duty to protect them. So regardless of news, there's those two types, I think, but then like Fox News will market to them, and they'll market certain ideas to them, and then to the other side of the spectrum, the people who want to go off and find their own way and travel to California and become big stars and invent a new clean energy and see, I don't think I like that being there, that little line right there. I think we got to get rid of that one. Got to make a change here. So then the other side, there's a whole business around marketing to those types. I think this shouldn't be here either. Got to make a change. So, yeah, I am still learning. I still have a lot to learn. But it seems to me where I'm at now, that's pretty much all there is to politics, Democrats and Republicans, conservative and liberal. There's like businesses. There's just marketing businesses. They're marketing their ideas. Marketing a certain kind of prioritization. The ultimate goal, I think, maybe the ultimate goal, I'm not sure if it's this, but maybe it is. Maybe the ultimate goal is just to keep their attention. Or maybe it's something else. I think everybody has some sense of what they need to do or want to do. I guess ought to do. And it's not always clear. But it's there. But I'm not gonna be fooled into thinking that I ought to study Fox News and so I can have a better understanding of what I ought to go do. If I get on Fox News, if I see a clickbait YouTube video on Fox News, I mean, I've watched enough of those videos I think I've graduated from it in a way. Maybe there was a point where it was doing me some good and I was learning something about the world or about people or about something, or I don't know, but now it's just drama. For me, it's just drama. Maybe not for everybody, but it's like, well, I want to see how I want to see Ben Shapiro own whoever, or I want to see these Democrat guys make fun of Ben Shapiro. But that's a distraction, really. It seems to me. Excuse me, I'm an old man, so I make old man throat sounds now. Bear with me. I got white paint around here, so there it is. I am taking too long, just like I thought. Just like I thought. Boy, a lot of that white comes out whenever some white comes out. Am I right or am I right? Now, we're gonna put this here. Here's a lazy thing, watch. This is how you be lazy. Why is that lazy? Because I don't want to turn my board sideways. I've catch, you know, I'll do that sometimes. Depends on what you're prioritizing. Painting out here at our shop in Ocean Beach. We do caricatures out here. Come on through, get a caricature done. Hopefully it'll be a good experience for you. It'd be good for your kids to interact with some strangers. You know, I often wonder if that's the reason parents bring their kids, so they can force them to interact with people. I think it's important how we interact with strangers. I like talking to strangers. It's funny, that's the one thing you're taught when you're a kid. It's the first thing you're taught is never talk to strangers. But now, it's the one thing that it's like, it's one of the best skills to have, right? Stand-up comedy is like the biggest thing. I don't know if it still is, but it was for a while. I think it might still be. And it's your skill at talking to strangers. Hey, where are you two from? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a nice haircut. Hey, doing a little crowd work. Yeah, talking to strangers is a great skill. One of the best people I know who's good at talking to strangers is a fellow by the name of Jake Wiseman. There's a chance he'll watch this video, so hopefully he'll see that. I should put a little Easter egg somewhere in this video, and then send somebody like a free drawing face sticker sheet if they can first person to answer my Easter egg question. Should I do that on this one or maybe the next one? I was just thinking about that. In my apartment, they just replaced our blinds, and I couldn't be more thrilled. How do you feel about that? Couldn't be more thrilled. Our room is more spacious now because the blinds, they sit within the window frame rather than stick out from beyond the window frame. Couldn't be more thrilled. I'm pretending I'm a homeowner or something. Homeowner. I just watched a film by the name of, YouTube kept telling me to watch it, you know? And I watched a few clips, and I liked all the clips, and so I decided to watch the movie. Couldn't be more thrilled. I wonder if YouTube has recommended this to you guys as well. It's a movie by the name of The Big Short. Have you seen this? It's got Christian Bale in it, Great cast, right? That's pretty much why I watched it. Great cast, pretty good acting, I think. Steve Carell has a kind of a serious character, you know. I haven't seen him in a lot of serious roles. Oh, this is the dumbest. I sound so dumb right now. I'm being self-critical. Steve Carell, Christian Bale. It's about the housing bubble breaking in 2008. It wasn't the best movie in the world, but it was pretty good. Oh, also Brad Pitt is in it. But Christian Bale's great in it. I thought he's always pretty good. He's a nice ugly dude. Nice ugly weird guy. Pretty cool character. Brad Pitt loves to wear brown and be like 70s chic in movies, doesn't he? Hey, I know all this is really dumb what I'm saying right now, which is why I'm not going to watch this YouTube video, which is why I'm going to make it 2.5 hours long so that I can't watch it even if I wanted to. With painting, oh, I need to stay on the thing. With painting, it's taken a while, but I've gotten more patient about building a foundation. Painting background stuff before painting the stuff on top of the background stuff. That takes some patience though, but it's hard though after you paint those background things, because if you like them, then you don't want to paint anything on top of them. You know what I mean? But if you just paint the shapes of everything, then it's easier to, yeah, just fill in the spaces with the correct shapes. Does that make sense? So yeah, we got our shop out here in Ocean Beach. Hope you'll come by sometime. Get a caricature done. You ever get a caricature done? Maybe you're painting this because maybe you found this video as a painter. Someone who's just started painting. And so you're not familiar with everything in the world of art as if caricatures were in the world of art. But caricature is well, a live caricature is when you just come to some place and you sit down and they draw you, and it's supposed to be funny and it's supposed to look like you. But there's more to it than that. There's some questions that you could ask me apart from that. Is it supposed to be funny because it looks like you? Yes. Is it supposed to look like you because it's funny? Yes. Is it still a caricature if the place doesn't say caricatures at the stand? Yes. Anyway, so I guess just a place that says caricatures. Things haven't gotten too wackadoo yet. Everybody knows, the caricature stand is where it says caricatures and everything's funny, and there's there's drawings of Snoop Dogg on the wall and Sylvester Stallone, and you know. But anyway, if you don't know what you look like to other people, and then you get a caricature, you ought to have a better sense after that of how you look to other people. You know what I mean? Because if you look at, because if you're a man and you look at yourself in the mirror, then you're just gonna think you're handsome, because men always think they're handsome. Well, but I really didn't know what I looked like to other people until I got a caricature. But I think we do a pretty good job of that here at the Caricature Party in Ocean Beach. We're pretty nice folks. If you come on through, you can interact with some strangers, which is one of my favorite things, is interacting with some strangers. And I do like that, though. I like interacting with strangers. What's a recent stranger interaction I had? Oh, yes. When I stepped outside. Also, I'm very proud of when after I talk to somebody. Maybe if I do it enough. Maybe if I'm doing it enough, then I won't be proud of it anymore. Because it's just something I naturally do. I think I need to get to that point. So some lady was walking her Chihuahua dog out in the back alley, which is where my car is parked. Don't play your music too loud or I'm going to get flagged. Thank you. Just kidding, you can't hear me, but you get the idea. But anyway, she was walking her Chihuahua doggy, her little Yokero Taco Bell, and the thing was, it was like nosing around. I looked over there, and it was like kind of nosing around and stepping around, and it was peeing on these little shrubs. These little shrubs that were growing out of the cracks in the pavement there in the alley. And she was kind of laughing about it, and she was like, he's peeing on these like he thinks it's a big old tree or something like that. And I said something like, well, I guess to him it is a big old tree, something around, because it's a little dog, right? But it's funny because he's treating these little shrubs like it's a big tree, which is just like how you'd think a little Chihuahua would do, you know? Because it's so tiny. Isn't that a cute little story? Well, it's all true, mostly. So little interactions like that really are nice. Also, a fella named Tom comes through here. He works nearby, and I'll chat with him. And he might be from Vietnam or something, but he's a real fun guy, and he does, I guess he reads a lot, and he's very passionate, like with his thoughts and feelings and stuff about just like being alive, you know? And so he's good to talk to, but he's not really a stranger anymore. We've already done some commissions for him, and he comes through to get I don't want to say too much because I don't want to end up yeah, but okay, I gotta say something so I didn't just leave you with nothing. His name's Tom. He's a nice fella, and we chat sometimes. Do you need to know any more than that? Can you just take that? Okay, he sells, no, I can't tell. Wow, I can't say he sells vegetables? Sure I can. It's fine. So he just has a real funny laugh, and it's kind of like really, really boisterous laugh. So it's funny when he laughs. And he always asks for the, whatever, I'll just tell you. So he always asks for the bathroom key. We have a secret bathroom key. It's just for customers. But he's been a customer anyway. But he always asks for the bathroom key, and sometimes I'll ask if he needs toilet paper, because the bathroom doesn't have toilet paper. You have to bring your own toilet paper. And he never asks for toilet paper. And then today, we had a talk earlier, so I was feeling pretty, like I could mess with him a little bit. Because you don't want to joke with people if you don't know them well enough, because then they'll think you're, I don't know, there's something about it that rubs people the wrong way. Even though I want to just give everybody the same humor treatment, right? Regardless, right out the gate, give them my A material. But anyway, this guy, he got the bathroom key, and I said, you don't need. And then I started asking for toilet paper, or if he needed toilet paper, but then I realized he never wants toilet paper, and so I didn't ask him. I said, don't you ever poop? Or you don't ever poop, or something like that. And he laughed, ha 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 ha, it's funniest joke, bro. Yeah. I don't think he was being like sarcastic, but he thought that was kind of funny. Nice guy, Tom. Sells vegetables. These are going to be the characters in our little Mr. Rogers neighborhood. He's like Handyman Negri or Speedy Delivery. So, Mr. Rogers doing YouTube videos. Don't forget to smash that like button. Part of doing an impression is saying the types of things that people say, and not just the voice. It's kind of mimicking the writing, as it were. Writing. Body. Do an impression of Terrence McKenna. Body. Sounds like Hanai. Sounds like Vietnamese. Aigu. I think these are like nuts or something. Peanuts. Oh, I'm taking too long. I'm going to put a lid on it. I'm going to put a lid on it right here. Tangency right here. Ew. How long have we been recording now? Too long. An hour and 24? Maybe we can, an hour and 24. So I gotta finish this at least before 2 hours. That's my goal. I don't want to do another 2-hour-long video. YouTube algorithm's not gonna want to think if I do a 2-minute, if I post in 2-minute videos, 2-hour-long videos. They're gonna be like, this guy's a loose cannon. Let's send nobody to his videos. Whatever, buddy. So I made chocolate chip cookies. I handed them out to some folks around the way, around here. And yeah, I think everybody liked them. I think they turned out really good. I don't know how they couldn't like them. Some of them were a little thin because of the, maybe because of the sugar I used. Maybe I should not keep just using this same brush. Somebody's sitting there. Yes, finally. No, who's actually watching though? Anybody, if anybody's actually into it at this point, they're probably not watching. They're probably got their headphone on just listening. That'd be cool though, if people did that, right? Do that, guys. Do it. Do it. I think this is more like a Twitch thing where I should be like responding to people, chit-chatting with people. What is this even here for? Oh, there must be blinds up top. There's blinds up top. I'm gonna have to draw the blinds. I can hear the Humble Heart folks out front. Out front there. You can hear them. Oh, I don't want to draw blinds though. No. I don't want to draw blinds. I'm gonna have to erase that. And hopefully not everything underneath it too, but probably some of it. It's alright. It's a reflection. We got 30 minutes left. Let's crack this out now, shall we? All right, we're gonna put a little green out here for the green couch. Oh, too much green. See how much green I put down? And now, yeah, this part's gonna be quick. Quick as a wink. Quick as a wink, he says. I've always felt like I can do good impressions. But it's not true. When I was young, I thought it was awesome at impressions. I thought I could, like, fake accents and all that. I have a friend of a friend who I have a friend who I have a friend who asked out a girl, and but he had been faking a British accent up to that point, and then he asked her out, and then when they went on the date, I guess he kept doing his English accent from the beginning, and then at some point he's like, can I want to know a secret? Or something like that. I can do a really good American accent. You want to hear it? Okay, it's just like this. And then he does his regular voice. And then she's like, no, that's not real. Or something, I don't know. And he's like, actually, yeah, I was actually faking a British accent the whole time. This is my real voice. Isn't that wild? It's one of the best stories. That's one you can tell your kids. I know a guy. I have a friend of a friend. I saw this guy. I wonder if people can even still tell stories to their kids, or if it's just, I guess it's still meaningful because it's coming from someone you know and love. But there's just so much entertainment out there, but you just can't. When I was young, you used to recommend stuff to your friends and stuff. You'd hang out and you'd show them YouTube videos. No, but it'd be like, it's funny when you hear older people talking about some YouTube video for like 15 minutes. Like, I saw this YouTube video and they're going on for like 15 minutes, and then he does this, and then he says, or talking about some, it's even funnier when they're talking about some comedian and they're kind of replicating his bit, being like, and then he was like, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, well, now in this day and age, you can just go to the video on your phone and show them. You know, it's all kind of funny. Well, I thank y'all for coming and joining me. I'm going to be done with this thing real quick, so I might as well start saying my goodbyes because we'll be done here so fast. Let's get some fluorescent orange. Oh, wow. Fluorescent orange. Oh, you hear my stomach growling? I'm not hungry though. I just had a sandwich. I made some, you know, my GarageBand music that I make on my drawing face videos. I burnt some of those songs to a CD, and I sent them. I have like 5 CDs, but then I have one of them in my car, and the last track is like skips a little bit, which is like my favorite track, so it's kind of sad. But there's just really no good place to burn CD nowadays. But I sent one to my dad, and on Father's Day I sent him that and a painting. I'm pretty proud of that because I think I've missed a few birthdays and Father's Days and holidays and stuff. There's just so many holidays, it can become overwhelming. Anyway, but I want to be more active with that. I want to be like 100% active with that. Anyway, I don't think you listened to it yet though, but I'm proud of my little CD. It's called Simple Electronic Listening Music. That's the CD version, because I can name it whatever I want. But the version for Spotify, I also put one on Spotify. I'm not sure it's still of it. It might be. Is Connor on the 1s and 2s, but it's a little bit different. There's a little bit different material on both of those. One's the EP, one's the LP. I don't know, maybe not. But it's a lot of fun. For me, that's kind of like a resting time is when I get on GarageBand and fiddle around on there. But then when it takes time to actually finish the track, I kind of feel like I'm not sure how much time I should be putting into it, because it's not, I guess as long as I just use my extra time, it's okay. But yeah, it's neat. I've always wanted to be able to make music without playing an instrument or anything. Just programming the notes in. And GarageBand makes it real easy. And yet I hate Apple nowadays. It's so hard to organize the GarageBand files. Like, it's hard to find everything. Just the way they do the files is weird. There's the regular file window, and then there's the... Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, I'm recording right now a YouTube video.
Am I disturbing you?
No, you're in the video now, if that's okay. This is Mike, everybody. Say hi. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Is that them right there?
No, I'm just recording for YouTube. What's up?
Oh, cool.
I'll delete it or whatever.
Okay, cool.
Oh, so that was Mike. He needed to borrow the bathroom key because he had some problems with the bathroom key. The hardware store around here can't really do the key that we use, so I forget what I was saying. Was it something important? I don't remember. I think this brush is too fat. Give it some exercise. This brush is too fat. It needs to go. It needs to go. It needs to go play badminton and not eat meals so late. You know what I mean? Oh, I think I was talking about the cookies. I made chocolate chip cookies. They came out great. Yeah. Is that what I was talking about? Yeah, I was talking about caricatures. Come out and get a caricature of Ocean Beach. Ocean Beach is a very special part of San Diego. It's kind of like there's the three main beaches are Ocean Beach, Mission Beach, and Pacific Beach. And Ocean Beach is the southernmost of those beaches, and it's not connected very easily, except for like by the water, to Mission Beach and Pacific Beach. So it's kind of its own thing over here. There are further south beaches. This is like the beginning of a novel. They always put that boring stuff at the beginning of a novel to shake off the riffraff. The people who aren't hardcore. Londonderry sat atop a high hill in the further southernmost part of Chancellorberry. The residents of Chancellorberry were the descendants of the great Statlerberry clan, who migrated from the northern reaches of Windsor Westerbury. The people of Windsor Westerbury were very religious and very highly regarded in their migratory patterns. The migratory patterns of the Windsor were, to put a fine point on it, not to put too fine a point on it, they were rather migratory, and then it goes on and on, and then, but more contemporary novels just like, I think they just like give you something begin. And then it's funny because then you read your like like literature class, and then there they say you need to open your novel, open your story, grab the right reader right at the beginning, and then meanwhile, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. The king sat upon the throne of Westerbury, and be that as it may, not to put too fine a point on it, the queen was ever so melancholy. I read To Kill a Mockingbird when I was young, and like I'd always read with my grandma, like some different books, and she loved to read, and she loved a good story, and she loved country style stuff, and so I thought she would just love To Kill a Mockingbird, because we read some books in our day, and they were good. I mean, they were fine, but then To Kill a Mockingbird was just amazing. You know what I mean? You've read it, you know what I mean. And then so I got the book, I gave it to Grandma, and said, Grandma, I hope you read this book, this is good. This is To Kill a Mockingbird. I've heard of To Kill a Mockingbird. Thank you, my grandson. And then I forgot how boring the story starts. Jem broke his elbow at the hip. His elbow was a very contrary. And then the Atticus Finch clan migrated from southern Georgia with Fort Wilderberry and all that stuff. And then so she didn't read it because she couldn't get through Jem breaking his elbow at the hip and a half a page about that. And it doesn't seem to have that much to do with the themes and plot narrative, the actual story. You see where I'm going with that? Why? So I think they put it at the beginning so it's only the 18 that show up for the rest of the book that really deserve it. They want to be like, yeah, okay. So they write their awesome story and they're like, yeah, this is awesome. Okay, we better put something at the beginning so that everybody can enjoy this awesomeness. Do you think that's true? Could it be? But sometimes it just takes you a little while to get into a book, you know. But if you have to read it for school, then you muscle on through all those introductory things. I think it's the same thing like something The King, David Foster Wallace, something The King and I, or some book he wrote. It's like an unfinished novel he wrote that never got finished, and it starts out with like the cul-de-sac sweeping through the mountains, like all this stuff, and like half of these like these books that start off with these type of ways, I don't really know, like I didn't know what a cul-de-sac meant till very recently, right? Does everybody know all these terms? I know what a hill is. I know what a mountain is. I know what a street is. Maybe it's because I grew up in such a flat area that all these terms are lost on me, because it's like talking about, also it's like the Salinas Valley, with like mice and men, the Salinas Valley, or I don't know, there's other words like that kind of describe land structures, and I'm not too hip to all that terminology sometimes, you know, where it's like painting a picture for me. Also, if you want to paint a picture for me of what the place looks like, just put it on the front of the book instead of a bunch of like paisley spirals or whatnot. Like put the land on the front of the book and say, the land in which this story takes place is there's a painting of it on the front of the book. So look at that, and this is where our story takes place, and then just go on from there. Send me royalties too. All right. There's probably a book that does that, right? Anytime I have an idea, somebody did it. Our painting is coming along very nicely. We're not at the 2-hour mark yet, thankfully. We're going to put some characters in this drawing painting. We're going to need some just black color here. Good. And then we're going to put this person on the couch. Should be pretty easy. I think I like a story that, how do I like a story to start out? I like a story that starts out with like some fun facts. Another book that's really good that I gave to someone that couldn't get past the intro was Freedom by Jonathan Franzen. Excellent book. And it grew on me the way that the intro, that book is so interestingly written, like so expositionally written. It's so like it tells you exactly what happens and why, but it understands that there's still mystery to be had, and there's more to creating mystery than telling you everything that's not happening, so that you understand what is happening, which is kind of like, you know, just like describing the what's the word, describing the moths flying out of the bushes as the big brown boots passed through, and then you're like, oh, there's somebody walking. You know, like that. It's all negative space. Like the spittle spat from his mouth as his teeth moved upward and downward, and sounds emanated forth from his mouth. And after he had moved his mouth for a while, near him another mouth moved. And after they were done moving, one of the mouths frowned and headed in a direction away from the other mouth. And the boots crunched through the grass. And then, so you read that, and so then you know, okay, one of the characters had an interaction with this other character, and then they left sad. Whereas with Freedom, it says he and she met, and they met for the wrong reasons, and they continued speaking for the wrong reasons, and they had bad intentions, even though, and it'll just almost tell you, it's almost like a summary of a book, and yet it's not. Very interesting. But my friend couldn't get started on the book because it was just very it's hard to see where they're going with it, but you have to be patient. But it's a very hard book too, like emotionally, you know. It's kind of cynical in some ways, but not really. Here's a pet peeve of mine, and this happens in freedom. I don't like books or writing that tries to put music or art even that tries to put music, put the element of music in the story, like it feels like obviously the writer likes music and wants to write music or something, and then so they make some lyrics, so the character in the story needs to make music, and then so I'd rather than be very general and abstract about it and say, oh, it was a punk band, and let us use our imaginations as far as that goes, but he like writes out the lyrics of one of the songs that they're singing, and I guess it's kind of supposed to be funny, but I don't know why it is, but it just bugs me. Also, another book that does that is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's supposed to be a song that the Oompa Loompas sing, and it's written out in poetry form. And I don't know, once again, it's just, I think it feels like they're trying to squeeze one art form into another art form, and it doesn't do justice within the story, because it reveals too much. It's like the writer wants to, my stuff's too wet, so it's getting all nasty. Dry. This needs to dry right here. My time is is running low. Okay, I'm going to get my orange acrylic paint. You know what? I'm just going to do this. See, that's why I put too much water in my paint. That's what happens when you put too much water in your paint. Oh. Now, if it's a movie, that's different. You can put music in your movie. Somebody can sing. Because you can actually really show what that's like. You can actually show the actual song. It fits within that. Doom, 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 doom. I did a song by a Korean singer, Jangi Hawa Argudur, and I made my own MR track, which is like my own backing track. But my video got like it can't be monetized because it's like copyright. The song is copyrighted, which makes sense. But I thought I could avoid that by not using somebody else. Like it's not that. It's just, so I guess I did. It's like his melody and stuff. But I guess I can't just cover a song. I guess that's why they make MRs, and then they have copyright clearance. Jangiha is such a unique, singular Korean musician. There's nobody like Jangiha. He's not even in American music, there's really not. At first I thought he was kind of like a lot of talking heads kind of thing. But no. It really just seems like he's having fun. Having fun and just making music and creating. He's kind of given himself this artistic license in his style to have so much freedom to explore what a song can be. And at the same time, his music is so like popular, like it doesn't just attract like music buffs and stuff. Like it's just normal. Seems like normal folks. There's a lot of women in the audience, and they're all just kind of jamming, you know, which is really neat. But he's made some really great songs, even though he's only got one really famous song, I think, and that's called Cheap Coffee. 사고려 커피를 마신다. 미치겠네 적잖이 속깃을 저은다. 눅눅한 비닐 장판에 빨빨하게 적다라 묻혔다 떨어진다. This painting is not of the people that it's in. These guys are just standing as models for the painting. But they don't have to, this doesn't have to look like them, okay? That's not what I'm doing. This is just a person looking out a window. So if you come to my shop, you can buy this painting. I will sell it to you for a fair price. How much should I charge? I mean, it's not done yet, so I can't say. But I'm thinking it's going to be like, I think I'll sell it to you for $60. Or you can get a caricature for $35. Live caricature. I don't want to take a long time. Can I just take a long time on the caricature that I draw of you? I brought an egg timer today, but I forgot to use it. I should have used it on the kids. I forgot about them. But an egg timer is a good idea because you can just say, all right, how much time you got? All right. But then people don't want to rush you. They think there's some ideal time. But for me, that time is just like forever. But I'm going to get rid of that arm. But there's like a happy medium in there where I'm comfortable with that amount of time. Right now it's like, yeah, I just don't like to send people away because I'm happy to do a drawing in whatever time I'm allotted. I just don't want people to be sitting there. I don't like to feel trapped because I don't like to feel trapped in a situation like that. Like, oh, when can I go? But I also don't want people to think, oh, the more time I'm taking, the better it's going to be. But it's better chances I have, I guess. Better chances it has of being good. But basically, I just want to do live caricature, and then you know how you look to other people, and then it's going to be funny, and it's going to be unique, and it's going to be a slice of life, and it's going to be nice. I'm talking too low. I need to talk a little bit louder. Okay, now we're going to put another guy over here. Right here, another guy. And I'm going to have to cover up some of these nice things that have been happening over here. that video that I've lost, but I had the thing pop up a screen that said you don't have enough room to record video, because I had deleted the old big old long video. I deleted that before I started this, but then I forgot to delete it from the deleted file, but then I just went and did that. So hopefully my other recording will pop up. But what happened earlier was Mike came through and he had some questions about the bathroom key. And yeah, but I hope I didn't lose all that stuff. That would stink. But this is where we're at now. And we're gonna get, I just hope it doesn't look like this guy's creeping up on there, so I have to put a hand on the wall. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh. I think I have him leaning forward too far. So I'll tell you what we can do about that. We can fix that real easy. Just like this. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. Well, I'm gonna put this guy's head on here. It's supposed to look like he's looking at the sunset too. Oh, I like that color. That color is perfect. So this represents that little old Chinese ladies and or whomever this might be, little old people like that, and big old people like this. They all look out at the same sunset. But it's just a question of, I mean, I picked this photo and then I painted it a certain way. It's a question of why. So it's a question of it's your own it's your own speculating about my own psychology, my own motives, and looking into it with the mind to try to understand your own self too, and ask yourself questions and face things in yourself that you might not have thought about before. But it's like every painting, it's just like there's a reason I'm painting. Everybody's got reasons, and it's like, what can you do? What can this painting tell me that I can't tell myself? What can this painting tell you that I can't tell you? Whether it's physically can't tell you. Oh, come on. But you know, it's like yeah, I'm too focused on the technical difficulties of the camera and what issues it's given me, and I'm wondering if my video all disappeared or not. If I can get over that, then I can make this better. Also, I'm stuck on using the same brush. I could put some real texture in his head. I could put some shine on his head. I gotta use a different brush. But it kind of looks like she's not looking out the window. I need to turn her head a little bit so it looks like she's looking out the window more. You dig? There it goes. Now it looks like she's looking out the window. I need to bring that ear up a little bit. I need to put his arm on the wall. So I hope you'll come out to our shop sometime. Let me draw your face. Take a stab. Take a stab at it. Give it the old college try. Oh, that hand is so bad. I don't like that nose either. Oh, what is that? Let's get that nose out of there. I need to let it dry or something. All right, let's break out the tiny skinny brush and get a new fresh paper towel. We can crush this, right? Let's crush this. Alright, here's our little brush. And then there's that water. Let's clean up some of that water spillage here. And then, let's see what colors we need. We're gonna need a little orange, a little Van Dyke brown, a little titanium white, a little Payne's gray. Beat the devil out of it. Oh, that's not orange, that's yellow. No, you're yellow. No, you're yellow. Your paw's yellow. My paw's not yellow. My paw is not ever yellow. Oh, he is so ever yellow. Tain't so. 'Tis so. Oh, did I lose that whole British talking thing? Hope not. That was gold. It wasn't ever gold. It is so gold. 'Tis not, 'tis too. Tis so. 'Tisn't so. 'Tis so. Oh, it's hard painting with the camera going now, because I'm getting into nitty gritty. I'm feeling vulnerable. I'm feeling like I can't. I'm feeling like I can't. Like I ain't good, but it ain't so. No, I'm feeling, like struggling. I just want to do the dog and pony show and just make everything real smooth and no stress and struggles. But that's what it's all about, is getting through these stresses and struggles and seeing me come out the other end of that and getting inspired by that in your own stresses and struggles. We all got our own stresses and struggles. Oh, I'm feeling so incompetent right now. I think I need some red. Okay, not yet. Let's use orange. Let's make sure you can see what I'm doing, even though you probably couldn't for the last half hour. Let's use some orange and white right in there. I thank you all for tuning in today here. And yeah, I wish you would I wish you would hit the like button. I wish you would hit the subscribe button. I wish you would push the bell up button. Even my very favorite YouTubers say that stuff, so I'm gonna do it too. No shame. It's like you're all just waiting for me to say that, and yet, oh, I thought you'd never ask. All right, I'm pushing the bell icon. I still scoff at doing Patreon. I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure 5 years from now, I'll be like, why didn't I do Patreon 10 years ago? Or whatever the service is, Maybe I'll do that too. Patreon. I think I have to have more than 3 comments in my video to do Patreon. Get red. Let's get red. I'm well read. Are you well read? Well read. It's funny, British people say well. It's well good. It means like really, really good. They say, oh, it's well funny, isn't it? It's funny, isn't it? Well means like well, exceedingly funny. And also another slang is lit. So I imagine somebody does a caricature gig. It's like a rave or something. He does a caricature gig at a British rave. And then another caricature artist, he's gonna do it the next year. Says, oh hey, they just contacted me to draw caricatures at the rave. Oh, you're gonna draw at the rave? Oh, I drew at the rave last year. Oh yeah? Well, if there was one way to describe the rave so that I could prepare myself adequately, what would you say? Oh, the rave was well lit. And then so you don't bring a clamp light or anything, you just go, and then you find out, oh, it's really popping off. And you're like, oh, whoops, there's a little lost in translation moment there. I was gonna make a cartoon strip of that. I still might. It's well lit. Popping off. Okay, well, at least it looks like right now this guy's looking out the window. This old lady's looking out the window. It's not Sandy, it's not Eric, it's just people in general. And paintings don't take an hour and a half, so they take longer. So this is all we're getting at this point. Because we only got so much time, we can't post a 5-hour long video. Next time, yeah, I wanted this to be quicker than it ended up being. Well, it's just some basics. Bicycles. When you're strange, it's well lit, ain't it? Oh, this needs to be darker. This needs to be darker. People strain, when you're strange. Well, that's what it is for now, folks. Well, I should put a little more shadow, like right here. This is from his head, right here. Alternate light source into his house. In his house. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. Say it ain't so. Oh, oh. Say it ain't so. Oh, oh. Say it ain't so. Oh, oh. And even though I know how bad we fall apart, we are. I'm still thinking. Well lit. Well lit, innit? Well rubbish, innit? That's what somebody's gonna say in this video. Hey mate, well rubbish, innit? Hey, your English accent is well rubbish, mate. Cheers. Imagine in British is two dumpster divers. Two dumpster divers who go out and they go and they find what they can find for the night, and then they come back and they show each other what they found. He says, hey, your trash is rubbish, mate. You had to be there. I keep hearing the people use the word garbage for stuff. Oh, he's a garbage person. Oh, that's a garbage lyrics. It's an adjective, and people use it as an adjective. I think that's Britishifying because it's close to saying rubbish. It's a British thing. Rubbish and garbage. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it, y'all. Have yourselves a good day. Bye-bye.